What's my mother name?
What's up guys, KDub175 back with another Pokemon Duel video, and I have some pretty incredible duels for you guys to check out. And the first part of this video is going to be me showcasing this Salazzle deck that I was able to put together. Now, looking at our opponent's deck, nothing too insane. The player's ranked relatively low, compared to me, but I was just testing this deck out. So we have Salazzle with the Venoshock, going to be able to do double damage against any opponent that is poisoned or noxious. So you're going to be able to poison Pokemon, make them noxious, and then with that clinging gas marker, it's going to be really good for the Silver Moon Hall as well if people are still running Swablu, even in League. So I kind of put together a little bit of a water deck with the Tapu Fini, the Milotic, evolving from the Feebas. Then we have the Seismitoad, and then, of course, the two Salazzle, and then we have the Primal Kyogre, because I haven't really been using it that much, so I felt like this was going to be a nice deck, kind of like a water poison deck. So, we're going to be going right after the Coco, trying to put some poison down. Gengar would work really good on this deck as well, and, this was literally my first run. And I haven't really tested it a whole lot since I did these battles, but I wanted to share it with you guys. And just to kind of show you the power that these Salazzle, they're rare Pokemon. It's relatively easy to poison Pokemon with the Seismitoad, and they poison relatively consistent on their own. So Solgaleo was definitely not a good matchup for that Feebas because of the Sun Still Strike. So they would have been able to send me right to the PC. I wouldn't have been able to evolve, and we would have been in, kind of a little bit of trouble. So it was, RNG. Could have went either way, and now our Milotic should have really good odds against this Solgaleo, and they're gonna have to pray for a miss into the Sun Still Strike, which they're still gonna get knocked out, but at least will get sent to the PC. So we're gonna go ahead, swing around, try to set up a surround on that Mew. They're not gonna allow us, so we will take that surround on the Lunala. They're going to go ahead and max revive right away, get that Lunala right back out, and they're going to attack. So I'm looking for a purple, and it's going to go neutral. Now, Lunala does have that 2-star Moon Guy's Beam, so we're going to have to be careful of that. Tapu Fini is going to allow us to get our Seismitoad back onto the field. And, Aquasphere, that's going to give us that +1 MP if one of our water types are next to another water type. Magic Coat's not going to do anything there. We're definitely going to move back up with the Seismitoad, put some poison down on the Lunala. There's no reason not to, and we will get rid of that ability. Everybody's going to spin. Super scary with that Earthquake. You never want to knock out your own Pokemon. Milotic does have some miss, as small as it may be. It's a possibility, and it's happened to me countless times. There really needs to be a plate that protects your team from your own Earthquakes, kind of like with that Land's Wrath, and you can play the Land's Energy with the Zygarde, and you're not going to be subject to the spin effects of that Land's Wrath. And we're going to spin a miss. We are definitely going to poison that Groudon and get sent back to the PC. And this Solgaleo is relentless. Like I said, they're going to have to hit a miss. They're confused. Solgaleo is horrible when confused. And Magikarp, again, not going to make anything happen. We're going to move right back up with the Salazzle, and we should have a pretty good matchup here. Look at that, 202 damage from a rare Pokemon. All you got to do is poison or noxious. Now, Salandit is definitely an interesting option, and you're going to see in the later matchups featuring Care Bear. Care Bear, he is the deck building genius that he is, always coming up with great ideas. So I just wanted to build a Salazzle deck. I think it's a cool Pokemon, and with being able to make him noxious, getting that double damage with that Venoshock. I mean, the 101 with the chain level, it has a base 100. Zoroark is around in a lot of decks, especially in high level leagues. So I just felt like Salazzle had a really good place in the meta, and Coco is going to spin and hit a miss, so that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I just felt like Salazzle, it definitely has a place on a deck, It's pretty good in a poison deck. It's even good as a standalone. Like I said, that base 100, you get a couple of chain levels into it. It's going to be a good matchup for Zoroark. Zoroark is, like I said, in a lot of decks. Look at that, 202 damage. Like, that handles a lot of Pokemon. There's not a lot of Pokemon that can hit for that kind of damage unless you're looking at like a triple Lurantis deck, or, a bunch of Altaria and a Dragon deck with the Rayquaza, So 202 damage is probably one of the highest, damaging attacks, and it can do it all by itself, All you gotta do is poison them or make them noxious. And it's hitting for 202. And, on top of it, the Pokemon that you're battling is either going to be a -20 or a -40. So you can essentially say you're hitting for 220 to 240 damage overall. So, I just wanted to make it work. I don't know if this is the best deck build. Let me know in the comments how you would run a Salazzle deck. But, we're going to be able to see Care Bear's version of the Salazzle deck. And I'll have to be honest, I think I like his setup a little bit better than mine. But, you guys are just going to have to wait and see. But I'll tell you what, this player, Andy, even though he's only 2,400, he has a pretty good deck. He has some pretty good figures, and we're not just steamrolling over top of him. So I don't know if that says something about, the deck not being as good as maybe it should be. Because, I mean, his deck isn't too insane or anything like that. But, I don't think he's playing too awful. Just, I don't think I'm playing too great either. But, we do have a surround set up on the Kyogre. Seismitoad, level 7. And, hitting those misses, though. I mean, there's 8 miss on it. Just, I don't know, certain Pokemon just seem to miss way more often than other Pokemon. And, yeah, we're going to be able to defend pretty well against that Tapu Koko. Go in for the surround, and they're going to go ahead and goal block. GG, Andy. And we are going to be able to take the goal with Salazzle, but we're not going to be able to see it in that little cutscene animation because the role was reversed. We were the opponent in the featured duel. So GG, Andy. We're going to be getting into the next matchup, going up against Edel, a higher ranked opponent, running a grass deck. Not the most OP of grass decks, but it's still a pretty good grass deck, level 5, appears to be a level 5, a few chain levels in some of the Pokemon. Let's just jump into the action. You guys pretty much know most of the grass decks. We've already, kind of talked about my deck. So, using Feebas as, and I could have got punished there, but we don't have a runner. So, I mean, you kind of need a runner. That's one of the issues with this deck setup. So I kind of wanted to put a Koko in there, some type of 3MP Rotom wouldn't be horrible into maybe the Wash Rotom, but at the time of doing these battles, washing machine, the Wash Rotom wasn't out, the washing machine plate, we didn't have that yet. So, gonna trigger the Aquasphere, and our Tapu Fini is gonna be 3MP. Edel sees the surround, backs up, so, they definitely aware of what that Aquasphere does. Now we go defensive with the Fini, allowing the Fomantis to move up and attack, and they do get the Synthesis. So all their grass types now are going to have a +20, and even if the Fomantis gets knocked out, all of those grass types still keep that +20 until they're knocked out. And our Seismitoad is going to hit that purple into the Phantom Arrow, and we are going to get knocked out. So another thing that I was talking about not having 3MP, the one thing I didn't really consider because I was too worried that maybe I wouldn't be able to get the evolution, but Salandit is a 3MP. So you could run a Salandit and set the evolution for your second Salazzle. And now our Primal Kyogre is going to get knocked out because of that Grass Knot. Now I could devolve if I wanted to, go back to the EX Kyogre, but I don't have the Blue Orb. So I wanted to keep the Primal. So we poison the Rotom, then we get surrounded. I wanted to get rid of that MP buff that the Rotom gives to the 1MP grass types, but Fomantis does that as well. So it didn't really get us anywhere aside of, having one more poison Pokemon on the field. So, I don't know. Fomantis is going to hit the dodge against the Clinging Gas Marker. It poisons the battle opponent, but it's going to be really good for Swablu, anything that decreases your damage. And Manipulative's going to go off. Our Salazzle's going to be a grass type now. And this Trevenant could be an issue. We are going to get the Pony Wish, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to get rid of that Lurantis and try to get rid of that damage buff. But, I mean, the opponent has us blocked in pretty good. They're going to hit a miss, but we hit a dodge. Like Primal Kyogre. Come on. Oh, feels bad. Toxic is going to go off. And, yeah, I guess we're just going to go ahead and keep that because Grass Knot would knock us out because we're hitting for over 120 damage. So, you know, we don't want to lose our Salazzle. We're already, you know, our entry points are under siege. We're blocking one of them ourselves, but as soon as we move, the opponent's going to be able to take it, and that Phantom Arrow goes off. That's not what we wanted to see. Like, Spirit Shackle would have been fine. They could have got a double KO, but, you know, our Primal Kyogre doesn't get knocked out. They're going to move up. We have to attack here, and we are finally going to get a good roll to get a knockout. And we're not going to get weight or anything. And they're going to try to put us to sleep, it appears. And Strength Sap's going to go off. Now, I believe they're not knocked out from gold attacks. I believe that's what it is. And we're going to try to, you know, get out of here, go after the goal. Strength Sap is going to go off again. Such a huge blue, but Tito's not able to land it. So we're going to go ahead and move up. Now, they have a gold block. They do have a gold block, but he's going to go for it and gets punished. Gets punished. Like, I guess he figured third time's a charm. Like, feels bad. You would think out of 3 spins that, you know, be able to land blue, one of them. So GG to the opponent. We were kind of losing that matchup, but, you know, a few bad plays, and we're able to get the win. So, guys, we're going to be jumping in to the third battle that I'm doing. It's going to be against our boy, Rico. Now, any of you guys that were in the live stream and remember whenever we battled this, you may have seen it. But we're going to be seeing things from Rico's perspective. He's running a dragon deck. He has the Goomy, which you do not want to underestimate Goomy. Not with the Dragon Sphere. He's going to be able to go 2 MP, jump over other figures, and then he has a huge slippery swap. Now he has the Combuskin into the Blaziken, but you know that, like, Rico never evolves his Combuskin, really. He's got a 109 Lucario, and he has the Mega Lucario. So, I mean, we do want to poison Lucario, but, I mean, it's not like we have really any gold attackers on our team anyway that's, you know, going to really be much of an issue for that Lucario. I mean, we have Coco. I needed 1 runner, so that's the only change-up that I made. We have the 2 Salazzle. We have the Feebas into the Milotic. We have the Feeny. We have the Seismitoad. And then we have the Tapu Koko. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out the Seismitoad. And we're up against the Lucario. He does have the trap set up, the surround trap with the Coco. And he is going to be able to jump over with that Goomy, go for the swap spot, and he gets it. He gets the swap spot. So feels bad. Good play by Rico. And, you know, I'll be honest, I underestimated Goomy in the Dragon Sphere. Haven't really, you know, went up against it. And this was only, I think, maybe my 3rd or 4th battle with this deck. So, still trying to figure it out. But, yeah, good play, Rico. Definitely caught me sleeping over there with that Goomy. So now I got to have 2 Pokemon on the defense. Because that Goomy's 2 MPs. So you got to be careful. It can move in quick on you. And, like I said, that swap spot is huge. So we're going to be able to poison that Lucario, and not that it's going to matter because we don't really have a gold anyway, except like on the Coco, and of course we hit it, and Rico hits a miss. So he had a pretty good chance there to get a double KO, but he gets unlucky, hits that miss. So, you know, it's pretty unlucky. He is going to be able to go 3 MP now with his Mega Lucario, so we're going to be able to get the Salazzle out. Terrakian's going to backtrack, go for the attack. I mean, Terrakian needs to miss or hit a protect. That's our only hope. And, yeah, we're going to get knocked out. So I'm going to move up with the Salazzle. And Rico's going to come out with the Virizion. I'm going to attack and just risk it here. Like, you know, why not? You know, go for the attack. We could either poison it or get the knockout. We're going to get the weight. But we saw Feeny. And we're going to be able to get the Seismitoad out no matter what. So we bring Seismitoad out defensively. Rico is going to max revive with that Combuskin. And now, I didn't want to max revive here. I thought I wanted to, and then it wouldn't let me cancel the plate. So I'm like, alright, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just rush up here. And now we're going to go for the attack on this Combuskin, set up a surround. And we do, double chance we do get the knockout, which feels pretty good. I mean, Coco has pretty good odds against Combuskin with the double chance. I mean, if you're not able to get the knockout, you at least maybe have a chance to, hit your Mela Wish and go neutral. So Terrakian's going to be able to knock him out. So Rico escapes justice. There we could have, had a surround for the game, had Terrakian hit protect. And now we're going to go ahead and move up and poison this Terrakion. So, I'll admit, guys, I'm definitely not piloting this deck very well. It's weird whenever you're used to running like, one or two decks. Whenever you jump into a brand new deck and it's got, just a ton of different mechanics to it, and you got to set up with it differently. You're not used to, running certain Pokemon. So then you got to like double check which Pokemon you match up with what Pokemon. So it's definitely, it takes a little bit of practice, whenever you build a new deck, no matter how good the figures are, like you need some practice with, setting up with it, knowing which Pokemon are going to be your defensive Pokemon for your goal, your offensive ones, and if you get in a pinch, like, how are you going to get out of it? So we're going to go ahead and move up with Salazzle. Now, I probably should have surrounded that Terrakion. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and move up, try to kill this Coco, and go in for the surround again. But, man, we get knocked out. And now, our Feebas is on the goal. We evolve, yes. But that Milotic has a ton of blue. And, man, we're going to hit a miss. So, like, that feels pretty bad. So now I need to backtrack. And he's going to cover up the entry point, which I feel okay with. I'm just like, just don't miss. Now we're going to hit the Toxic. So, Terrakian's going to have that minus 40. But, I really need to get the Salazzle to a level 10. I think that would be ideal. So there we go. Finally able to get the knockout, that 202 damage. But now Coco's there. Going to be able to cover up the entry. So I need to get a knockout here. All right, Clinging Gas is going to go off. And this is where, like, a Phantom Energy aspect to the deck would come in really clutch, especially with Gengar. Maybe run a Scoop Up, you're going to be able to knock out Pokemon when they're poisoned or noxious. You can move through them, max revive on the Gengar. So, I don't know that I love this deck build, I'll be honest. I don't know that I love it. I think it needs some changes. So, now, looking at this, I kind of risk it. I was like, you know what? Gotta try to get rid of this Coco. Combuskin, I just gotta kind of hope that it doesn't hit the Cyclone Kick. If it hits Cyclone Kick, I mean, we're pretty much done for. And, he gets a Cyclone Kick. So, I think, what is that? 2 out of 3 spins, Combuskin was able to get the Cyclone Kick. So, I gotta go in for the attack. I mean, we can win with that Dazzling Gleam, but we're going to get the Pony Wish. We're going to take it and just free up the goal for Rico to take it with the Coco. So GG Rico. Definitely made quite a few misplays, so we deserved the loss there. I made some pretty horrible plays, but still figuring out the deck. But we're going to be getting in to the next matchup. Now we're going to be seeing things from Rick's perspective, but this is to showcase Care Bear's Poison deck. Rick running a pretty powerful grass deck with 2 Lurantis, Decidueye, Venusaur, Shaman, Virizion, double chance, got some max revive, gold block, Mega Venusaur with the Mighty Sphere. Now taking a look at Care Bear's deck, he's got the Salandit, level 9, got the Salazzle that's only a level 5, chain level 7, Gengar into the Mega Gengar, chain level 10, Mega Gengar is pretty insane, chain level 10 Venusaur, chain level 10 Sableye, chain level 10 Seismitoad, and he has another Salandit, level 9, only level 5 Salazzle, chain level 2, and then he's got some double chance, Scoop Up's really good for, Gengar with a max revive, Mega Gengar, Mega Venusaur, Mega Sableye. So, essentially he has 3 Megas, which is pretty amazing, and he has runners in the Salandit. So I was saying, like, I felt like I really needed a 3 MP on my deck, and I wanted to make sure that I had the Salazzle, you know? Like, that's what it's all about, having the Salazzle, getting that double damage on that Venoshock. So, you know, he's running the risk of not getting Salazzle because Salandit's not an easy evolution. But they're going to be pretty good to poison with that Sludge Bomb. You know, they're consistent poisoning machines. They're just there to poison. And he also has the Seismitoad, which is, you know, has the poison touch. You're going to easily poison any Pokemon that it battles. Decidueye coming out, you know, trying to get that knockout from making Seismitoad spin. Care Bear is going to move up, threaten the goal with the Salandit. Now he's going to be able to move in, attack this Lurantis, and if he's able to get knocked out, he could poison both Lurantis and Decidueye. But the purple's going to go off, and he's going to poison that Lurantis, which is also good because it's going to prevent that Lurantis from buffing the rest of the team. So Salandit is going to get knocked out, and now Decidueye and Lurantis are both poisoned. So Sludge Bomb into the Typhoon Slash. Yeah, Rick not going to take that. He would end up in a surround, and here it comes Shaman Skyform for the YOLO, and whew, Shaman Skyform would have been able to get that that gold. That would have been pretty annoying. Now Sableye is going to come out, get us around, and Shaman Skyform is going to be kind of, you know, slept, captured on the back line there. It's basically soft banished as of right now because the opponent has really no way of getting it at this point. Mega Sableye is going to go off, and Mega Sableye is a monster. Just a monster. Watch this. Watch this. This is going to be able to move in. Now, look at that gnawing plate. It's a 4-star. So, any plates that are active. I thought that the battle opponent had to be under the effects, but it's just any active plate on the field. So, Shadow Beam's going to go off. Now, the opponent has that Mighty Sphere. So, you know, Mega Sableye is going to be able to get rid of that pretty easily. Getting some knockouts, jumping over, going straight for the goal, no risk of getting knocked out, and it's able to hit for 120 damage, able to win by 5 damage. And Pokemon are going to spin. Curious to see if Sableye lands a miss. Would it get knocked out? Because it's not technically damage. You know, it's not being knocked out by damage. So it's interesting. I would say yes if I had to guess. But Gnawing Plate is going to go off. Care Bear's just going to go ahead and take it. And yeah, the cool thing is they played that Mighty Sphere on the Virizion, and it wasn't even on the field, but the plate was still, you know, in effect. And now you can see there's no Mighty Sphere. So yeah, Sableye is pretty OP with that Gnawing Plate, especially now in this meta with a lot of people running a bunch of Megas, just out of control with Megas anymore, you know. So Virizion just making its way downtown, wanting to try to potentially wake that Shaman Skyform up. Mega Gengar going to move up, attack this Lurantis. There's pretty much, yeah, there is no losing role for Mega Gengar. And now they're in pretty bad shape. They're going to go ahead and max revive, come out with the Decidueye. This is their best chance, really, because they could have got a knockout. Pretty unlucky. There's a huge purple on Gengar. And, wow. Going to be able to win that. Jump over, surround their Venusaur. And if you take a look, that Lurantis is poisoned. Care Bear has his Venusaur on his goal. And it's just, you know, not able to get to the goal. So, GG Rick. Pretty awesome showcase of that deck. Nothing really showcasing the Salazzle with the Venoshock, but you know, it just goes to show you that it's a good poison deck. Like it's a pretty good poison deck, and then if you are able to get the evolutions, like those Salazzle are going to be insane. So, you know, same deck that Care Bear's running, and going up against Tarvold. I'm sure most of you guys know Tarvold. You know, he's put together some decks that gain some popularity, including this squared attack. Now, I remember Leet Kitchen putting this together. If any of you guys remember Kitchen, and, you know, from Twitch, the, wow, the squared attack cheese whenever he would pull it off, and then the epic sax guy like that. If you guys remember in some of my older videos, I put the epic sax guy. Like, I need to bring that back, the epic sax guy, dude. It was so awesome. But Tarvold definitely kind of brought it back and was able to compete with it in high level league. So let's just see how this poison deck goes up against this squared attack deck. Now, basically Nebby's going to be there for the pressure, making Care Bear cover up the goal. And as you can see, Tarvold is now trying to cover up entries. Yeah, already 3 entry points covered, and he wants to yeah, right now he can definitely go for the double chance here, and he can get the squared attack, and this could be game. Care Bear could literally be done right now. A miss into the side beam, not going to be enough damage, and feels bad. Like, that was pretty lucky. He's going to be able to get the evolution into the Salazzle. Now Salazzle is 3 MP, so Care Bear's threatening game. So went from pretty much almost losing to now threatening game, and going to be able to get the poison off on the Zoroark. And now Solgaleo's going to move over. Tarvold's not going to risk attacking because Leo has been known to miss every once in a while. And Care Bear is going to be able to poison that Solgaleo. And okay, Tarvold's going to go ahead and Pokemon switch Lucario down on the on Care Bear's entry. So he's going to be able to move back. He wants to poison this Lucario, making it vulnerable to any potential gold attacks such as Sableye, but he's also going to be able to bring out his Gengar and get rid of that Lucario. So boom, back to only 2 entries. Now there's only 1 covered. So Care Bear has definitely defended against that squared attack as of now. I'm sure he saw it immediately, was like, oh wow, like pretty much knew he messed up. But he didn't get punished, so now we have a real match, and Care Bear is going to be able to stay on his toes and definitely be aware of that squared attack now. And we have the Tapu Lele moving forward, and Seismitoad's just going to swing around, try to get some poison off, and hit the dodge, so surviving pretty well. Now Cosmog is going to move up 1, and Care Bear is going to jump over, going to attack, try to get the knockout. Nebby Power is going to go off. Now Tarvold gonna double chance. Now this is interesting because he's gonna be able to double chance. He's most likely going for that Nebby's power, and if he gets it, he's gonna be able to evolve twice. And Nebby's power is gonna go off. And Care Bear was super happy when he seen this too, because look it, it's a cool move. He brings Solgaleo, he evolves into the Cosmoem, and then he gets a surround on the Seismitoad, but the Salazzle is 3 MP, so Tarvold must have assumed it was a 2 MP, and Care Bear gets that cheesy win. So GG, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely smash a like, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I upload. Let me know in the comments what you think of these deck builds for Poison. Follow me on Twitter at KDub175, and until the next one, later, guys.